Okay, coming to you from suburban New Jersey in the United States of America. This is Brian Forster. Of course, normally I come to you from exotic locations, but this is not one of them. So if you have any questions for me, please, or observations about places I've been, or questions that you've wanted to ask, then please do so. Okay, this gimbal camera is not working very well. I'm fine, thank you. How are all of you? Good day. What's under Antarctica? Well, there are so many people exploring there now. So many high officials from different countries have been there. I think people from the Vatican have even been there. So obviously there's something going on in Antarctica. Not a place that I plan to go to, ever, because having grown up in Canada, I hate cold weather. The Scythians, I've only read a little bit about them so far. No, there are no megalithic sites in New Jersey as far as I can tell. Well, I can discuss some of my UFO encounters if you like. As I said before, the first major one was actually on the island of Maui, and it's on the Haleaka side, and I saw a cigar-shaped object, or it could have been a disc on edge, over 200 feet across, and I saw it for more than 10 minutes. And then most of the other sites have been in Peru and Bolivia, mainly seeing orb-like things. In one case, it looked like there were 12 of them in formation. They moved to the left for about 5 minutes, then moved to the right for about 5 minutes, and then went up and disappeared. And another one, I saw what appeared to be a glass ball that was floating, going from south to north, and I saw that for more than 10 minutes. Well, hello to all of you on all over the place. Obviously, I've got time on my hands here. Not sure when I'm going to actually get to Peru. I keep monitoring this this global situation, which is very problematic. Mesopotamians, no, I haven't really studied that part of the world yet. That's for the future. You always have to have something in mind that you haven't studied so that you can continue things, and that will be that'll be in the future. How many people lived near the Giza Plateau during its construction? Completely unknown. One thing is that there's a village that is located there called the Workers' Village. They presume that the builders of the pyramids lived there, but there's no evidence that that village is directly connected with the construction of the pyramids whatsoever. I don't think the Fountain of Youth is in Peru, no. Well, a question about elongated skulls in Machu Picchu. Yes, many elongated skulls were found early in the 20th century at Machu Picchu, and like quite a high percentage, which is quite interesting. But where they are now, I don't know. That's the problem. They always find these things and then they disappear in some warehouse or something like that in these different countries. Any object which is really interesting. pre-Adamite. Oop, I missed that, sorry. A lot of Bigfoot sightings in Canada, yes. The Osiris shaft, the black goo, turned out to be bitumen, which is a petroleum product, so it was likely that was when they were doing the excavations there late in the 20th century, that they had pumps and things down there to move different things around, and so it could be that was a lubricant. So nothing all that bizarre about the black goo so far, but there are other aspects of, or other black goos in other locations, especially at Saqqara, would like to get samples of. Tunnels under Sacsayhuaman, yes, they've done ground penetrating radar. They did that by helicopter, I think, and they found that there's definitely a tunnel that's at least 1 to 2 miles long that goes from Sacsayhuaman to the heart of ancient Cusco. Bosnian pyramids, no, I have no comments whatsoever. I've never been. I don't really plan to go. I may go at some point, but I don't really... Yes, Peru has many ancient tunnels. Yes, and I have read The Law of One. I do believe the Bible's version of ancient history. As time goes on, there are more and more ancient sites, especially in Israel, that correspond to stories in the Bible. So I think it's an authentic document of history. The Book of Enoch, I've only gotten slightly into that so far. The Valley of the Kings, what's intriguing about the Valley of the Kings in Egypt is that the Valley of the Kings and the Valley of the Queens seem to be interconnected. So the whole tunnel system in that part of Egypt is much more extensive than what we've been told. Upcoming videos of Peru, yeah, well, as soon as I get there. I live in the Nazca area of Peru, so once I get back to Peru, I'll be doing a lot of local traveling, because this has been a real pain in the neck, having to be stuck, not being able to get on an international flight to go anywhere. The drill holes, it seems like the drill holes that have been found in Egypt, at least the ancient ones, the drills were 500 times more efficient than a modern diamond drill. So that's definitely lost ancient high technology. No, I don't think there's a connection between Nabta Playa and Stonehenge. Nabta Playa is actually incredibly crude in its execution, and originally Stonehenge would have been very well done, very complex, but of course it's been damaged over the course of thousands of years. A whole underworld under the pyramids. I have been told that there are amazing structures under some of the sites at Saqqara, but I can't substantiate that. I've been under the Step Pyramid. That was last month, and it goes down very far, probably much farther than we were given access to, and hopefully over the course of time it'll be opened up even more. I think Peru is older than anything in South Africa. I've been to Adam's Calendar. Thank you very much for the $50. Jason, very kind of you. I've been to Adam's Calendar, and I was not incredibly impressed. That, of course, is in South Africa. Roman arches in Peru? Nope. India connection to Peru in ancient times? Not as far as I know, but as you do know, probably, that the elongated skulls of Peru are most closely related to ones found in the Crimea area, or around the Black Sea. The original floor of the Serapeum actually is bedrock and sand, and it's not even. So it wasn't simply a question of pushing the big stone boxes down through the tunnels. Clearly something much more sophisticated was involved. Elongated skulls have been found at Stonehenge. That's according to Maria Wheatley, but they seem to be cranial deformation, not natural in shape like the ones that have been found in on the coast of Peru. Well, how do I feel about Atlantis? Well, the problem is that, of course, the only reference we have is from Plato, who got it from his ancestor's writings, and the ancestor was Solon, who got it from the Egyptians, so the story's probably been watered down quite a bit over the course of time. The Canaanites may be the Nephilim. Yes, I think every 13,000 years there is a catastrophic cycle. The oldest elongated skulls have been found actually in Iraq, and I think they date back about 50,000 years, so they're not related to the Paracas ones. Kaimanawa Wall, hard to tell. The Kaimanawa Wall is on the North Island of New Zealand. I've been there, and it could be natural or it could be an artificial construction. The stone is supposedly not from the area. Yes, I have met Travis Walton. Yeah, I think the Egyptians used resonance frequency technology to do a lot of the work that was done. No link at all between Pumapunku and Cusco. There are stories that there is a tunnel that goes from Tiwanaku, which is next door, to Cusco, but then again there are lots of stories about tunnels going from different places to Cusco. Is it possible? Of course. Have I actually been in them? Only in small ones. I know it's not the most inspiring location to do filming, but I'm just outside the door of the house, and of course I have to be close to a cell signal to be able to do this. Well, the big question, what were the original functions of the Great Pyramids? They appear to be vibratory objects that generated some kind of energy, not necessarily electricity. Now, I don't think the ancient Celtic snake symbols are related to the Maya. But what's interesting is, of course, you have the ancient character called Kukulkan, who's also known as Quetzalcoatl, and was also called Huiracochan. And they were all feathered serpent characters that may actually have been all the same, just different time periods. Yes, I know Graham Hancock. I've known Graham Hancock for years. And Robert Schock and Robert Boval and Giorgio Tsoukalos and Eric von Daniken and most of the people that you know of from TV. I've been on TV with or have met. More digging at Pumapunku, not that I know of, but they have done ground penetrating radar and have found that there are chambers underneath the surface, so eventually I think they will be forced to do some digging there. Robert Seffer, yeah, I know him from YouTube. I've been on Ancient Aliens, I think 18 to 20 times. No, I've not met Stephen Greer. I don't know how authentic the guy is. Some of his stuff sounds really interesting and other not so much. Well, we're trying to answer all these questions, trying to solve these mysteries as time goes on. No, I'm not part of the cabal. Randall Carlson, no, I'm a big fan of Randall Carlson. I would love to be on Joe Rogan, but he's not responding to my email, so please, if you all could send Joe Rogan an email requesting that I be on his show, then I would be more than happy to do so. We haven't been able to measure radioactivity at Tanis yet. That'll be something we'll do in the future. We were supposed to go there last month, but of course our tour was suspended early. I learned many things when I was in Egypt recently that I'm not allowed to talk about at this time, and especially not discuss who were the people who told me the information. Quite mind-blowing, but I will leak it out as time goes on. Yes, please all send Joe Rogan an email. Well, thank you very much, Solomon, for the kind comments. The crystal skulls are from Central America, and some are authentic, some are relatively modern-day fakes. The plates are different, yes, with elongated skulls. The sagittal suture is missing. Please look at my YouTube videos on that subject. The Mitchell Hedges skull, I think that was made in the 19th century in Germany. That's what I've been told. As well as the one that is in the British Museum. They look like they were done using diamond tip tools. And the rougher ones, which are the ones that are believed to be authentic, are not of great precision. I don't know if King Tut was a redhead or not. Maybe. It's hard to tell because they don't let you look at his entire head. He's got a big pillow underneath, probably because they don't want to show you that he actually has somewhat of an elongated head. The exploded pyramids, I think, result of ancient cataclysms, not ancient warfare. That's my belief. Well, Egypt is opening up as time goes on, and so over the course of time, more and more sites that were prohibited from being viewed will be open to the public. Places such as Tanis, underneath the step pyramid at Saqqara. Well, thank you for all of your interest in the work that I've been doing. The elongated skulls, we're still doing DNA testing on them. They appear to be Homo sapiens paracus, not necessarily alien, but we can never say yes or no until we get more data. Oh, thank you who recently gave me a donation in Peruvian solas. Indonesian pyramids, they don't look very sophisticated. I wouldn't go out of my way personally to go there. But other people, of course, are researching those. Yeah, there are possibly ancient structures in Antarctica. Otherwise, why is there so much research being done there by so many different countries and so many different agencies, etc.? But as I said, I don't plan to go there because it's too damn cold. Yeah, Zahi Hawass is no longer an issue. He doesn't have any major authority anymore. I think he's a private citizen. I actually saw him at the Valley of the Kings and had a photograph taken with him. didn't really talk to him or anything like that. I'm not really interested in getting into a discussion with him, but I did do that. I don't know if Robert Schoch is actually interested in doing more work around the Sphinx. Maybe he is, but he does have a lot of enemies because he speaks geological truth, and some people don't like that. Yes, it does appear that the ancient dynastic Egyptians were somewhat Indo-European, as far as I can tell. And then later on, of course, you had the introduction of the sub-Saharan people into the mix. Large footprints real? I don't think so. There's one that I saw in South Africa that, again, it's about 6 feet tall or something, and I think that was made by somebody in the area. The Eye of Horus? No, I don't know what you really mean. I've never heard of Ajit Vadakale. No, I don't think the Anunnaki exist in modern times. Yes, I know Robert Safaris's work. I'm in connection with a lot of these people, like Bright Insight and Praveen Mohan and people like that. Metal Gear's an ancient rock reel. I doubt it. Antarctica, I think there are mysterious structures in Antarctica, and they're being very well hidden. There's no way you can go there and see them. The Vimanas of ancient India? Well, it could be. Could be that they were ancient flying machines. Well, it's been about 22 minutes, a little bit time more, and then I'm going to have to stop this because I'm going to lose my voice. But thank you so much to all of you who are asking questions to me. No, I'm never going to Antarctica. I don't care how interesting it is. It's too cold. Structures on the moon or Mars? I think there could be structures on Mars. Not sure about the moon, but the whole Cydonia area looks very intriguing. Moon Hollow? I doubt it. Aloha. Ah, Yasana, how are you? Excellent to be in contact with you. Ark of the Covenant? I've heard that the Ark of the Covenant still exists. It's not in Ethiopia, but it's still under Temple Mount, and that it will come back out eventually. Supposedly the leading rabbis know that it's there, and it will come out once the third temple is built, whenever that is. I have no idea. So thank you so much for all of your interest and all of your questions and thoughts and things like that. I'll try to do actually one of these per day about this time, because I don't have a hell of a lot to do at the moment until I can head back to Peru, and I am hoping that that will be relatively soon, because I want to go back and see my dogs and my lovely wife and the lovely countryside and go to Cusco and places like that. So blessings to all of you from my temporary shelter here in New Jersey. And as I said, I'll try to do this again tomorrow. Thank you.